Welcome you all to this Life Mastery Club for young people. A very successful way to lead a happy life is to be honest. To be honest is to be truthful. And this is what scriptures of all the religion insist. And yet, we are not honest 100%. Now, it doesn't mean that tomorrow you go and tell your friend, you look rubbish. Because to be honest is not to be rude. To be honest is not to hurt others. But then, what is to be honest? Honest is to be honest to yourself. Knowing that we need to be honest, why is it that we find it as a big challenge to be honest? We find it very difficult to be honest is because we are not having the courage. We don't have the bravery in us. We are afraid. We have this fear of being rejected. We are not honest because we always try to portray as someone whom we are not. The reason is we want to be accepted by all. We want to be loved by all. We want everybody to look up us as though we are achievers. And we don't want to convey to the world that we are failures. So what is happening is because we have all these conditions, we are looking at all possible ways of how we can camouflage it, how we can cover it. And because of that, we are not our true in exhibiting who we are. We are not confident of ourselves. See, the level of your honesty is directly proportional to the level of your confidence level. If you are confident of yourself, you will portray yourself as you are. You will not change your identity for anybody else's sake. If you look into the history, that's what all our leaders have done it. They have been confident, and because they have been confident, they have been honest to admit what they know as what they know and what they don't know as what they don't know. Look at our life, what we do, how we lack in these things. We don't want to sound ignorant of something. Because we don't want to look ignorant of something, we pretend to know as though we know everything. Now, being there to prove that we are not ignorant of it, we try to do something and end up being ignorant rest of our lifetime. Whereas the better option would be honest in admitting that you are not aware of it, you are ignorant of it. You may be an ignorant, but you are ignorant for that moment, for that particular day. It's over. When you try to hide your true thing, then you remain to be ignorant rest of your lifetime. Why is it that we want to portray something which we are not? It's because we are ashamed of something. We think, oh, it's a shame if I say that I don't know this. It's fine. If you are really ashamed of something, if you are really ashamed of some activity of yours, what you have done, you should repent for it. And when you repent for it, you will always make efforts to know that, or efforts to see to it that you don't repeat it again in the future. But when you are not honesty in that, when you don't exhibit honesty in that particular thing, what will you do is you will tend to cover it up. You will tend to pacify it, and you will try to cover it with some other intentions whereby you are not telling yourself that you don't know that, and you don't make any efforts to know that in the future also. You look into all the walks of life. You take right from the student. A student who does fairly well or who does not study in the examination, he gets a very less mark. Because he gets a very less mark, he does not want to be honest in committing or showing it to the parents. Now what he does, he tries to manipulate the marks in the card. Or at times, he manipulates the forgery, the signature of the parents in that card. Why? Why is it he is doing this? He is doing this is because he has conditioned his mind that if I be honest, I have to be subjected to a severe pain from my parents. Or in other words, I will be punished for this. If you're really honest in that particular thing, what you would do is, okay, this is what the efforts I have put, and this is the reward for my efforts. For this rewards of the efforts, I am subjected to undergo this pain. Let me take this pain. If I don't undergo this pain, or if I don't understand the value of being honest here, or if I don't understand why I have to do a certain thing in a certain manner, then what will happen is I will try to continue fooling everybody, but in turn I am fooling my own self. It applies to everybody. It applies to not only the students, it applies even to grown-up people. When they are into a job, they don't know the job, but they try to cover it up as if they know the job. Express that you don't know the job. Be willing to learn the job, how to do it. You will learn and you will do it. But trying to give the impression that you know that, you are not trying to be honest. When you are not honest, how do you expect good results to come to you? You will be only you will be trying to hide here and there. Everywhere you will keep trying to hide and evade the real progress of your life. When you have done a mistake, admit it. When you have failed somewhere, admit it. There is nothing to lose when you admit it. Yes, you may get some scoldings, you may get some punishments, but face those things. Because when you try to cover up these things, one point of a time, it will definitely come to light. And during that time, the severity of the punishments will be very high compared to the original pain. Because we do these things all because we want to come away from the pain. We want to evade the pain. That is why we are not honest. But when you're not honest, you tell a lie. And because you are told a lie, you have to tell one more lie for that lie. And one more thing. And in due course of time, you have to keep a full book of yourself, like to whom, what you have told, what has happened, everything. Because all is not the fact, no. Everything is, you are only creating the history here. So you have to maintain a history record for all these things. Because only then tomorrow, whenever it's required, you can just look into it. Oh, okay, fine. This is what it is. This is what it is. It's a lot of burden for your heart. And it's carrying... It's like balancing the pots on your head and walking. Instead, if you are honest, you face the consequences of things then and there. You are free. Your mind is free. Your heart is free. You are happily and you are free and you can progress happily. And one more thing, please come away from the concept that when you sound as ignorant, or when you sound that you are not aware of something, or you have failed in something, you lose your value. No, you don't lose your value. When you admit for your mistakes, you are elevated. When you admit for all the happenings or the mishappenings, you are considered high and you're kept in a high regard. So don't think yourself as I should always be in a safe zone. No, you are in a safe zone. Admit, be truthful, be happy, have a courage. Just feel it, just try it once and you will see that you will be in a total peace always. The problem is our conditioning of the mind. Because whenever we talk about honesty, immediately what comes to our mind is Harishchandra. And whenever we talk about Harishchandra, the first thing that comes to our mind is, what are all the problems he underwent because he was honest? And only in the end there is a good thing in it. And our mind has taken only the negative part of it very comfortably to tell or to believe that to be honest, to be truthful is always painful. It is not. It is not so. When you are honest, it gives you a lot more new development. It gives you a new perspective for your life. Let me take the example of students. Students, when you're not able to learn something, when you're not able to study something, when you're not able to retain it something, be honest about it. Discuss this with your parents or your teachers. When you discuss this with your teacher or parents, probably you all can sit together and come out with a proper solution for it. On the other hand, you be dishonest, you pretend as though you understand everything, you also pretend like you are studying, then later when it comes to an examination, you don't perform well. You don't, because nothing is gone inside. Whom are you fooling here? You are not only fooling, but you are also wasting the energy of your parents, wasting money, wasting everything, the hopes, everything. So don't do it. Likewise, adults or even the youngsters, if you give, how honest are you with your commitment to your decisions? Whatever decisions you take, how honest are you in that particular thing? How honest when it comes to your health? How honest are you in taking care of your health? How honest are you in developing your knowledge? How honest are you in executing your work? Look into all the parameters and see how honest are you. And you'll be surprised when you are very honest, your success comes to you in a silver platter. And what is success? Success does not lie in outside. Success is within us. When you look out for success outside, that's when you don't know what we are looking out for, because you are trying to be dishonest. When you know success is within your own self, you will know honestly what is the efforts you have put. You will know honestly what you know, what you don't know. Things what you know, you will know how to improve it. Things what you don't know, you will know how to work on it, to learn that and to improvise that. Be honest with yourself. When you are honest with yourself, a lot of new things you can do. I interact with many students. I ask them, what do they want to become? They immediately say that I want to become so-and-so, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a police officer, I want to become an engineer. All this. Fine, you want to become whatever you want to become, you become. But how honest are you? Is it really that you want to become that? Or it's because of your parents? I look at, again, I ask them, like, well, what are you doing? They say that I'm studying in this particular class. Okay, what are your extracurricular activities? I go for a karate class, I go for a football class, I go for a music class, I go for a dance class, everything. Yes, good. Why is it you go? I like it. Do you really like it? My question is, do you really like it? Or is it because that your parents have put in it, you go for it? How honest are you? Be honest. You like something, you have to go for it. Don't do it for the sake of your parents or for the sake of your teachers or the sake of your society. Don't do anything. You're not interested in medicine. Be honest. Tell your father, tell your parents, I'm not interested in doing medicine. My interest in doing some other thing. Or when you find that there is no interest at all, please disclose that also to your parents. I said earlier, again, your parents may take you or along with your teacher, they may counsel you to find out what is it that real interest you have in you. End of the day, we all have to be happy, and we all can be happy when we are honest. We have to be honest to our own self. We have to be honest to our parents. We have to be honest to our teachers. We have to be honest to this environment. We have to be honest to the society, and above all, to the existence. We have to be honest to